What's going on, Canfield Nation? Welcome back to Coca's Pizza. We are with the big-time player, the tailback, Danny Inglis, the first junior who joins our show this year. So, it's a privilege to have you out here. It's been fun to watch you throughout this entire season. And, I know this is your first interview, a little bit nervous, but, hey, we'll break you in. We'll get you ready because I know this is not what you're going to be looking forward to on Friday night. It's the big guys, the linebackers that are chasing you down. So, hey, we appreciate you coming out and, welcome to Coca's Pizza.
It's awesome to be here.
So let's start out with the offseason because you bursted onto the scene as both a tailback and a linebacker this year. But you wouldn't get to where you're at now if it wasn't for the work that you put in the offseason. So from the sophomore year to your junior year, what are some things that you emphasized either in the weight room or, even agility-wise that you worked on?
Just starting in the sophomore year, I honestly saw it as like a failure because I wanted to start both ways and be like Brock, as people would say. But more going into my junior year, I wanted to gain about 20 pounds and keep my speed to just boost it all.
Where do you get that speed from? I mean, you're one of the fastest guys I've seen on the field. You hit a seam, man, and you are gone. We saw that on Friday night against Chardon. Where do you get your speed from?
My dad and uncle, they would try to take the credit for it, but my aunt, she was a track star at Canfield.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So how has this season been so far? I mean, you talk about you wanted to play both sides your sophomore year. You get to do that here your junior season. How fun has this been, especially in the playoffs? You guys have beat some really talented opponents. Just talk about the ride that you guys have had.
Just playing together, it's been awesome. Playing with Dom, it's been amazing. It's a great experience. But just our team camaraderie, just seeing sophomores and just having friends. Yeah, honestly.
I know this is a special class. There's 28 of them as seniors. You're one of the lone juniors that gets to play. Yourself, Paul Bendis, Scotty Eaton are great in the junior class. Who are some of the guys that are in this senior class that you kind of look up to?
Just starting with Brock and Dom, they are a big influence. Dom likes to play a scrappy game, and so does Brock. So I would like to translate just my game into theirs.
Yeah, so that's your mentality. Just be scrappy, hit hard, fly to the football. You did that on Friday. I want to talk about that last defensive play real quick. You come in first. A lot of people look at Marzano because he hit him hard, but you come in first and you kind of trip up his feet a little bit. So talk about that play and what you read from the Chardon offense and how you guys were able to stop him on 4th and 1.
Just this whole start of the week, the QB, he was probably going to most likely have the ball, and me and Dom knew that for sure, and we saw a hole and just try to crash it.
Now, I want to talk about this as well. A very special moment you had earlier in the season. You got an offer from Iowa State, which is some big-time football. Talk about that moment when they contacted you and, they brought that offer to the table.
It was awesome. I think it was the Friday night after the Dover game. Coach Pav called me and my dad, and he just told us. My dad started crying and gave me a big hug. And then I talked to them the Tuesday after that, and it didn't feel real. Yeah. It's just something I've been dreaming for a long time, and it just happened.
Now, Brock had an offer from Iowa State as well. Do you talk to him a lot about it? Because, he went down there to Iowa State before. I mean, do you talk to him about the coaching staff and, how the whole recruiting process works?
I try to talk to him about the overview, just how if a college is for you or not.
Yeah. All right, let's get into big-time play Danny Inglis here. I mean, the last 2 weeks, so Ursuline, you break out the big one to kind of put things away. And then Chardon, you break out the big one. That outside zone play, you guys ran it, I think, 2 or 3 times before you break it out. When you see that safety overplay it, right? I mean, he was playing towards the sideline, and this hole you could drive a truck through.
Yes, you could.
When you see that and your eyes lit wide open, what's that feeling when you just break through and you go down the seam for a touchdown to take the lead?
It all starts up front with our O-line, and they did a great job. And I just run.
Yeah,
that's just run. The easy part. That's just the easy part.
You don't even think when you're out there. You just get the ball. It's just all natural. You just run.
Yeah,
run. You're a track star as well. Talking about that, what do you run in track?
I ran the 100, the 200, and the 4x1.
Okay, what's your fastest time in the 200?
The 200. Oh, probably like a low 23.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty. I'm surprised you're not getting offers for track. You might be doing both at Iowa State. You might be running some track and football.
Maybe.
All right. So your team's in the state semifinal. You're a junior. You still get a year left next season. How important is it for your class as juniors to get this playoff experience? Because when you look at next year, your team is playing 15 more weeks than the other teams are.
Yeah, it's a great feeling just to be here and be here with all your brothers that you just grinded so far for, and just awesome to have the extra experience that other teams may not have.
You alluded to the offensive line a little bit. Let's give a shout out to those guys who kind of make everything work. There's 4 seniors up there, 1 junior in Coca, and they do a fantastic job. You could put a guy that's 330 pounds across from, but they still block them.
Yes, they do.
Give a little shout out to them and how you communicate with them throughout the game.
All the big boys, they're always very positive. Coach Sammy does a great job with just their attitude on the field, and I like to try to play like them. They're always very scrappy, and after the play, they're always just getting after it.
Now, we talked about you playing on the defensive side of the ball. You stepped up big time as a linebacker this season. What is your favorite part about playing defense?
Oh, I'd say again, sacks. Sacks are just an amazing feeling, and then just celebrating with your whole team, hearing the crowd scream is just awesome.
I think another play that people forget about, you're the one that put Henry down at the 10-yard line before that punt, then you brought it back. So talk about that play too, because you came in wreaking havoc, and he didn't even want to take the hit from you. He just decided to go back and slide down.
I was just trying to spy the QB, and it was after like 3 seconds or so, and I was just like, go. Just go get him.
And then you're leaping and jumping up and down, trying to pump up the crowd. Yeah. Talk about the energy you like to bring for this defense.
Oh, I feel like we thrive off of that. We have great guys who just fly the ball, they celebrate, and they just party.
Marzano, yourself, Schneider, hopefully he's okay and he can return on Friday against Holy Name. Those 3 guys are very special to this team. How much pride as a linebacking core do you guys take? Because Don Marzano and yourself are first and second on the team in tackles.
It's just awesome. Coach Hurley does a great job with our scheming and just trying to put us in the best spots possible.
Now, from what I've heard, watching film is a big thing for you guys, right?
Indeed,
is it at your place they go watch film? So
yes, it is.
Let's talk about that a little bit. When did you start doing that? And, when you guys as a defense go to your place and watch film, what are you looking for?
So we started the first week because that week they ran a whole bunch of plays, and we had a lot of calls and checks that we would have to make, and we're like, film. So we got together. No, I think there's probably 15 that started out, and we are just did an hour of film and just breaking it down. Yeah.
So the next 2 years at Danny Inglis's place is the place to be to watch some film, especially against Holy Name.
Yes.
All right, that's awesome. I mean, that's a very special group that you guys have, not only to put the work in the off season, during the season, during practice, as well as off the field, taking time out of your day, especially when you're busy with school and going watching some film. So, I give credit to you guys. I mean, that's awesome. We'll move forward a little bit. When you look at this Canfield team, you got 1 loss to Cheney. How much do you think that 1 loss helped you guys? Because after that loss, lights out, have not looked bad after that game at all.
I feel like we started out as like a slower practice type of team, and we actually figured out that things can go wrong in that. So I think we got more focused after that week. And honestly, I feel like teams who lose are more often like to be like they go on to win.
Yep. All right, Danny Inglis here, the tailback and the linebacker for the Canfield Cardinals. Let's get to know you a little bit off the field now, all right? So you're a track star. You're a football star. What is your favorite football team?
Favorite football team?
Yep.
Ohio State and the Steelers.
Okay, the Steelers. All right, I'm a Browns fan, but it's all right. Both having some very bad years.
Yes.
Some things you like to do outside of track and football?
I like to golf and fish.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's your average golf score? Do you golf for fun or you just like whatever?
We play a scramble.
Okay.
Like a 2-man scramble.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And who are some guys you go out and play golf with?
Paul Bendis.
All right.
And a few other of our friends who don't play.
Favorite course around Youngstown?
Probably Kensington.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kensington's nice.
Yep.
All right. If you have to pick water or Gatorade on the sideline, what are you picking?
Kind of depends on the game. If it's hot, I might do a little bit of both. But if it's colder, maybe just H2O.
Okay.
Good old H2O.
When you're practicing on offense and you get the football, what player on your team are you most afraid to go after?
Afraid?
Yes.
That's a good question. Tyler Scher.
Okay.
He likes the ankle bite.
Oh,
that scares me the most, honestly.
No, yeah, we don't need that, Tyler. Let's not do that here during this week of practice. We need this guy for Holy Name. Who are some people that have supported you throughout your football career and track career?
Obviously, my parents, they're great supporters. They tell me if I do good and they tell me if I do bad. They'll be straight up. And my grandparents, they're always there for me, always supporting me.
The Inglis name is very well known around this area for football. Your dad was a great football player as well. What are some things that he has taught you along the way?
He taught me to be tough. He said things could go wrong, things don't go according to plan. You just hit up and take the punches.
So obviously you have a lot of interest at Iowa State, football offer there from the Cyclones. If you got the offer and you went to Iowa State, what would you like to study academically?
I'm deciding. It's two like opposite things on the spectrum, but either accounting or maybe like a PT or a chiropractor.
All right. So future plans, maybe staying in sports a little bit?
Yeah. I don't know if I could do a 9-to-5 job.
All right. To wrap things up here, 28 seniors, a special class. Your junior class is going to be really good next year as well. When you look at the state semifinals, how locked in has this team been throughout this week of practice? And let's also talk about the excitement level.
Oh, it's been insane. We've been getting very excited just between like periods. We've been getting hyped up, screaming, hooting, hollering. It's been awesome.
Danny Inglis,
great feeling.
Going to make some plays here on Friday. Number 11, the guy to watch out for on Friday against the Holy Name Green Wave. Hey, first interview. Appreciate you coming on, man. First junior as well.
Yeah.
All right, they will be in the state semifinal, the Canfield football team. Watch out for number 11 as they look to take down the Green Wave on Friday night. We'll have it here on YSN, and we will talk to you hopefully next week for the state championship edition here on YSNlive.com.